So that is the file, that is the Maven. Maven is a build tool, and which will help you to build the enterprise Java projects. And what we will do today, we will build some sample enterprise Java project using Maven, where we are going to build that sample enterprise Java project on top of Amazon Linux machine. Okay, let me connect to my EC2 instance, and we are going to install Maven. Okay, then we are gonna clone some Java repository, and we are gonna build some package. Okay, let me connect to my EC2 instance, and let me change it to EC2 user. EC2 user. Yes. Okay. Now, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. The font size is clear, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we will follow this documentation, and I will send same document to you, and we'll follow this documentation for throughout this class basically. Okay. So what happens is the Java project, this is the structure of Java project. You will have a source, you will have a main, and you will have whatever Java. Inside the Java, you will have a Java files basically. And this is the source of your project. You're not writing any Java, so don't worry about that. But you should know how a Java project should look like. Okay. And this is the Java test cases. Let's go here. Let me show you some test cases, how it looks like. And this is the source test Java and whatever the Java files inside the Java. So people write test cases like this, and people write application code like this, and they will commit these changes to the repository. What is our repository? Source code repository? GitHub, right? And they can check out the code from the source code repository, and they will build a package, and they deploy that package into production systems. So whoever is trying to access the application, and they can download, or they can use it. If it is a web application, they can use it, things like that. Okay, so what we will do today, we will install Maven. Okay, and we will install Java, and we will download a sample Java project from here, and we can execute some we can build the package basically. And let's get started. So in order to install Java, let me go here. So what I will do, I can just simply, this is the Linux. This is Amazon Linux. I can install Java, something like this, with one command. Sudo. That's what. We are working with Amazon Linux 2 version basically. So what I will do, I will install Maven. What I will do, I will just update the packages first. Sudo yum update. Everything is up to date. Okay, done. Next, I'll just install Java. You guys following me, right? The way that I troubleshoot, the way I'm looking for things, I troubleshoot. That's what we do every day. It's not like there is something you remember everything, like this is something coming from your past experience. Hell no. That's what we do every day. We need to make sure what needs to be done, and we'll find a way how we can get it done. Okay, Java is already installed. Okay, that is fine. Next, what we need to do? We need to install some Amazon dependencies. Okay, let me install that OpenJDK, Java OpenJDK. Okay, so the Java OpenJDK has been installed. In a minute, I would say yes. Now what we can do, we can download this Maven binaries to /temp folder. So I'm going to go to /temp folder. And download the wget command to download this tar file. You see the tar.gz. This is a tar file. So the application code has been packaged as a tar file. Okay, let me download this. .404 response. Waiting for response on 404. Okay. Why 404? So can you guys tell me what is the issue here we got?
That site is active.
We are trying to use HTTP instead of
Yeah, HTTP.
Page not found.
Yeah, you see that this HTTPS, something wrong with that HTTP or HTTPS. Okay, let me go to this instance. I'll just try to change this instance rules. Where do we change the instance rules? In security groups. If I go to the security group, right, and go to inbound rules, and if I go to inbound rules, this security group currently allowing only SSH traffic. Let me edit this one. Add a rule. I can add all traffic for now. And I can just allow access from any IP. I'm not specifying you should allow access from only this IP. You give access to anything, because I don't have anything important in this computer. So let me run this again.
So do we need to create instance again, or it will work automatically? We are not. We didn't refresh anything.
So you are changing the inbound rules to an existing instance, basically.
Oh, okay.
So but that did not. That's not, the issue is not resolved. So what I'm gonna do? Install Maven on Amazon Linux 2. Let me see. I think I have this one actually. So this is the Java project. building a Java project, what I need to do. Let's see. It's not gonna work. I missed my document. I'm not sure where I'm gonna find it, but let me see. I'll do some EC2 instance. Yeah, hopefully this will work. So we will install by using this repo. So basically what's happening is this wget is trying to get this package, basically this Apache Maven repo package, and it is going to download from where it is getting that package. It is getting that package from this website basically, and it is going to download that package inside etc yum repos. You see that the package name is same, apple apache maven.repo, apple apache maven.repo. So download this package to this location, okay, and replace some repository with this repo and install Apache Maven and look for the Apache Maven version. That's what it means. But let's see whether it's going to work or not. Sometimes what happens is this URL might be outdated. So you're not going to find this package. And let's see if we can get that package over there or not. Okay, this is saved. So that URL is working now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just replace that package. Okay. Next, what I will do, I'll just install that package using yum. Okay. Now Maven is installed. Let's see. If I do Maven version, and I'm going to see these details, right? Let's do Maven version. Error. You see that Maven has been installed 3.5.2. So I do which Maven? This one actually, which Maven means Apache Maven. Okay, yeah, that is fine. So the Maven, if I execute this mvn command, Maven has been installed the same way. If I am able to exit the git commands, git has been installed the same way. Now we have installed our Maven. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come out from that slash temp. Actually, I should have come out from that slash temp. So what I will do now, I can download a small Java project. Okay. And I can download a small Java project from here. I can clone it. Okay. Git to clone. Java project. Okay. You see that cloning into GS Maven. So the repository name is GS Maven. Now, if I do ls, I will make sure that GS Maven is there. That is the project. Okay. Now, let's go here. You see that cd to GS Maven in initial. Let's see whether that initial folder exists or not. cd GS Maven and initial. Okay. That is exist. So what we have here is, let's go one step behind and we'll do what we have in the GS Maven. Okay, so this is some Jenkins file. We will talk about that. And this is some text files and this readme files. These files will tell you about the project, but we are not here to learn about that the Java project. We are here to learn about Maven actually. Okay. And let's go to our source location, where our source is located inside initials. Okay. And go to source. Okay. cd main, go to main. Okay. cd to Java. Okay. And cd to hello. Okay. There you have hello world.java. This is your applications file. If let's say if your application is maybe Nike men or Nike women or blah blah blah, you will see Nike.java, Nike women.java, or Nike sales.java, those kind of files. Okay. But so in order to build a package using Maven, there is a default configuration file called pom.xml. Okay, so this is the pom.xml. Hey, what is in that pom.xml, Vishnu? How does that work? Like, what is it? That is the question actually. So let's go to our documentation. Okay, have you understand this Java project tree structure actually?
No, Vishnu.
No.
No, not
So
for me.
basically, we talked about Git, right? We talked about we have a repository and we have application source code in the GitHub and all the stuff, right? This is the, let's say you have application repository name, for example, this name, right? And this is the Java project architecture. In order to create a project, that means in order to write Java code, and this is the default tree structure that you should have. You should have a source folder. Inside source, you should have a main. Inside main, you should have a Java. Inside Java, you should have whatever the files, the application name, or whatever your application is. And this complete tree structure will be provided in this pom.xml file basically. So it look for that structure, the tree structure basically. Okay, so when you build your package, it is going to go through the steps inside this pom.xml. Okay, you see that this is going to go through Java 1.8 means Java 1.8 version compiler, and it is going to package as a jar, and it is going to give version 0.1.0. And this is going to be artifact ID, that means your package ID. And this is the Maven Springboot framework. Okay. In pom.xml, you will have application-based configurations. Based on that application-based configurations, your Maven is going to build a package basically. Okay. Let's see how does that work. In order to execute Maven builds, you should be in the same as a pom.xml location. You should go to the pom.xml location, then you will be executing the Maven commands. Okay. So now what we did, we went to the pom.xml. Okay. And this is the Java project. We saw these files actually. Okay. And this is the Maven version, and we saw that already. And this is our pom.xml. Okay. Now build the package. Let's compile that code using Maven Compile is the command to compile the code. Okay. So these are all application developer work. This setting up this Java project, writing this Java code, these are all like a application developer. Whoever is developer is going to do all the stuff. But in order to build package in the continuous integration and a continuous deployment, you should know how Maven works. Basically, they will do the same thing. They will test it in locally, and they should use Maven as well. But even though if you don't write application code, you should know what exactly happening if you are trying to build a package. This is not going to be tough at all. It's very simple. It is very, very simple. Okay. And let's go here, just compile this code. The Maven compile is the command. Do you see that build success? You see that now we got the new folder called target. Let's go and what's in the target. Classes, granted sources, Maven status. When you compile the code, these are all has been updated by Maven basically. Okay. Let's go back, and after you compile the code, what you should do, just package that code. You see that? So it is going to build a jar file in this location basically. It is going to build a jar file like a tar file or war file or whatever the file. Let's build a jar file. You see that? This is the name of the jar file. This is exactly name of your jar file. And build this jar file, this is called a build process. Where this jar file is coming from the Java code basically. And what you have done to build the jar file, Maven compile and a Maven package. Those are just two commands that you just did it. You just ran it. But how this file name got, like how the build a package like a GS 0.1.0 jar, things like that. They're all defined in this pom.xml. You see that? This is artifact ID and the packaging type is jar and the version is 0.1.0. That's what it means. And the Maven compile is a Java 1.8 version. That's what we have installed. And these are all Apache Maven plugins basically. Okay. And this is the project name, hello.hello world. And when we execute that one, you see that this guy written like a, POM model version is always 4.0.0. Okay. You see that POM model version always 4.0.0. And a group of organization that project belongs to, group ID. This is a Spring Boot project, Spring Framework project. Okay. Next, artifact ID, name to be given to the project's library artifact. For example, name of the jar or war file. This is name of jar or war file. Okay. Version is nothing but 0.1.0. It can be anything. Okay. And packaging, nothing but jar or war type. For example, jar or war or whatever. If they update the code to 0.2.0 and if they forget to update this to 0.2.0, the build is going to fail. It's not going to build the jar file because it will unable to go through the compiling process of this pom.xml basically. Pom.xml is nothing but it's a default configuration file which will have a mostly application based configurations. Okay, that is the pom.xml in Maven. And if you want to execute Java jar, basically what you are doing is you are just unjar this file basically. Okay, now what is the command? Maven also maintains repository dependencies on your local computer. So this is the command to install basically. Okay, let's do. We are installing the Java project basically. Let's go back one step behind. Do you see that building? What it is building? GS Maven 1.0. It is installing some default Maven plugins and a build success. And this is how they write like test cases. If they wanna, update the code, or this is a Java code and we are not a Java developer. So don't worry about the Java code. So this guy is dividing what exactly happening, how we can provide the dependencies and all the stuff inside a pom.xml. That's what it means. Okay. This is how people write test cases, simple JUnit or whatever the test cases for the Java code, whatever the Java code that they are writing. And don't worry about that. In order to test before you build, mv and test is a command to test the application code basically before you build it. When you test it, let's say I have 0.2.0 instead of 0.1.0, the test is going to fail. Hey, you should update this version. And if I have artifact ID, not GS Maven, or it is something else, and it is going to fail. Hey, you should update this one, basically. Okay. And this is the Maven. All you will have, what you will do with the mostly Maven is 5-6 commands. Sometimes we do only one command, Maven clean install. That's it. Maven clean install. We get the source code repository. From the source code, we get the application code from the source code repository. We can clone that code to our computer, local computer, and a Maven clean install, one command. That's it. It is going to build a jar file. And we will write a simple shell script or any Ansible script to copy the jar or war files to our production servers.
So is there anything, Vishnu, like are we pushing this jar to the GitHub again or directly the production environment?